Hi friend. Thank you for returning to my channel. God bless you. To receive news updates, please click the bell symbol and subscribe to the channel. Millions of people were enthralled with a love tale, a beloved American television family, and a vast farm. However, there was a sinister mystery brewing behind the meticulously chosen camera lens. A family and a history would be destroyed by a theft, a stunning betrayal, and a secret of premeditated deceit. The Oregon home owned by Matt Roloff sold for $700,000. Matt Roloff's and Karen Chandler formally parted ways. Karen Chandler cleverly stole the $500,000 that Matt Roloff had saved and ran away. Karen Chandler uses the funds to get his secret. Michael, my boyfriend. For the past year, Karen Chandler and Michael have been secretly involved in a romantic relationship. Michael is who? However, the story ultimately took a different route. Arrest of Karen Chandler. We must first recall the height of their ascent in order to comprehend the depth of the fall. Little People, Big World was more than just a television program for 25 seasons. It was a custom in America. Matt Roloff was at its heart, having turned 100 acres of Oregon property into a pumpkin farm and a multi-million-dollar brand. His marriage to Amy, their divorce, and his subsequent romance with Karen Chandler were all seen by the audience. Purchasing real estate in Arizona, aspiring to marriage, and projecting a solid business and personal partnership made their relationship appear like a dream come true. However, a lot of it was a well-planned facade. The main farmhouse, which was built for Matt and represented his victories, was his biggest source of pride. It was put up for sale in the spring of 2024. $4 million was the initial listing price. The cost continued to decline until surprisingly, in the end, it sold for only $700,000. Why was the question everyone was asking? Why would astute businessman Matt Roloff sell his ideal house for what many saw as a small portion of its true value? The official narrative was straightforward. A declining real estate market, Matt's wish to move on, and the house's unique features that restrict the pool of potential buyers. However, our sources close to the Roloff family in Washington County, Oregon, claim that the official story was a smoky-ox screen. The reality was considerably more in need. The real estate market was booming, according to a secret source, but not because of the price. The motivation was the key. It was said that Matt required money immediately. Financial commitments that were too urgent to wait for a market recovery were discussed. There was a sense of panic about the selling. A term that isn't frequently connected to the calculating Matt Roloff is panic. What, then, can trigger such a panic? We must go back in time to a few months prior to the transaction in order to comprehend of the breakup between Karen and Matt. In late 2023, rumors of trouble in paradise started to circulate on fan forums and gossip blogs. On the farm, Karen was becoming less and less visible. The two stopped interacting on social media altogether after becoming infrequent. Then, in January 2024, it was confirmed by a shocking report from a reliable entertainment source. Officially, Matt and Karen were no longer together and were living apart. Citing the traditional differences and a mutual choice to split ways, the statement was released in a friendly manner. They inquired for personal privacy. Fans weren't totally shocked, but they were dissatisfied. Relationships are difficult, particularly when they are in the public eye. However, it appears from our examination that the split was anything but amicable or reciprocal. According to family sources, Matt was caught off guard and distraught. Matt was a complete mess. This was not a gradual separation. This was sudden. Things appeared to be going well one day, making plans for the future, and then Karen was gone. While he was in Oregon attending to agricultural matters, she moved out of the Arizona home company. When he returned, he found a message and an empty closet. A note and an empty closet. The stuff that makes breakups so awful. However, the emotional destruction was just the start. The destruction of finances was not yet complete. Following the split, Matt started looking into their finances as he started the arduous process of separating his life from Karen's. According to what we've been informed, they had joint accounts for their future goals and joint ventures, including a high-yield savings account designated for their future investments and wedding. According to court filings in Washington County Circuit Court, Matt learned that a number of transactions were started in the days right after they split up. The location: accounts under Karen Chandler's exclusive management. The sum is $500,000. According to our sources, Matt got in touch with Karen right away. We are informed that her answer was one of defiance rather than regret or explanation. According to reports, she claimed the money was hers after years of emotional. She owed the Roloff brand labor and potential profits. He was pallid when speaking to her on the phone. Matt claims that she just stated, "That life is over. I'm taking what's mine," and hung up when he repeatedly said, "Karen, that's our money. That's for the wedding, for our life." When he attempted to call again, the call went straight to voicemail. He was prevented by her. Blocked. Her companion of over 10 years, Matt Roloff, was now barred. Their joint assets of $500,000 are currently languishing in. Considering her personal story, Matt's next course of action was to call his attorneys. A separate private inquiry was in progress as the legal process got underway. Matt started looking via trustworthy associates because he was hurt, perplexed, and skeptical of how quickly and coldly Karen had left. Where had Karen disappeared to? Was she alone herself, too? We are informed that neither family nor old friends were found on the trail. It brought her to a small rental unit in Scottsdale, Arizona, close to the house she and Matt used to share. And a startling fact was purportedly verified by the PI's monitoring. Karen wasn't by herself. She shared a home with a man. Our sources tell us that his name is Michael. Gable. Michael. According to our inquiry, Michael is a man who has no affiliation with the reality TV industry. A former professional golfer is now a financial advisor. We learned that Michael had known Karen for much longer than anyone had thought. Mike was always a slick charmer. You know, he had a reputation for enjoying the high life, yet he wasn't always wealthy enough to correspond with it. He said that a few years ago, he got back in touch with an old friend from Oregon who worked in entertainment. She was quite special, he said. He began flashing new timepieces and traveled to Bora Bora. We simply believed that his consultancy business was flourishing. An old acquaintance. According to our chronology analysis, Karen's association with Michael dates back decades before she married her first husband. About 18 months ago, a full year after they had lost contact, they reconnected on social media, prior to her divorce from Matt. As part of the subsequent lawsuit, phone records were subpoenaed. During the last year of her relationship with Matt, Karen and Michael exchanged thousands of texts and hours of phone talks, frequently late at night and while Matt was on the road. These details portray a disturbing picture. The story that comes to light is one of a prolonged, distinct emotional and later physical affair rather than one of an abrupt breakup. According to a source, the $500,000 transfer nearly exactly matched Michael's completion of the lease for the condo in Scottsdale. I mean, it adds up. Following the split, the joint account was immediately depleted, and the house was sold for less than its true value in a frantic attempt to get quick cash. There was more to this than a lady abandoning a man. Allegedly, this was a planned financial departure. Matt Roloff did not remain silent in the face of what he perceived to be blatant thievery and betrayal. He sued Karen Chandler in civil court through his lawyers to get the $500,000 plus damages. In addition, he urged the Washington County District Attorney's Office to launch a criminal inquiry after receiving proof of the illegal transactions. As a result, the case shifted from a personal disagreement to one involving possible felony larceny. Through her attorney, Karen denied any wrongdoing for months. According to a news leak, she defended the money by claiming it was a gift and that it was a component of a verbal partnership agreement that gave her the right to keep it after their relationship ended. However, the walls were getting closer. The civil. The discovery process required depositions, financial records, and papers. The money's paper trail was being followed by the criminal investigation. Then there was a pause. According to a banking institution source, Karen and Michael shared an IP address that was geo-located to the Scottsdale condo, which is where the electronic payments were started. This piece of proof was crucial. According to the allegations, it put Karen, in a sense, at the site of the crime, thereby refuting any narrative she would provide about the transfers being authorized or authentic. We understand that a grand jury heard the material offered by the DA's office and made a conclusion. Scottsdale had a calm Tuesday morning. The sun shone. Law enforcement sources claim that a Scottsdale Police Department unit showed up at the property after obtaining a warrant from the state of Oregon. Karen Chandler was arrested without any problems. She was placed on a fugitive from justice hold at the Maricopa County Jail and is awaiting extradition to Oregon, where she will face formal fees. First-degree aggravated theft is a Class B felony. Online, word of the arrest went viral. It was the end of the fairy tale. The woman who had been depicted as the serene, affectionate companion now faced the prospect of years behind bars. What about Michael? He was present at the time of the arrest, according to our sources, but he was not accused. Nonetheless, the civil claim heavily names him as a co-conspirator who helped, encouraged, and profited from the illegal conversion of monies. Additionally, these financial documents have been subpoenaed. Any sizable payments made into his accounts around the time of the alleged crime are being extensively examined by investigators. This did not make Matt happy. Not at all. This dude is severely, extremely hurt. He had complete faith and affection for this person. To experience it not just in a courtroom in handcuffs, but also in a wounded heart. His biggest nightmare is this one. It's not just money he's lost. He no longer believes in people. Where does this leave us all then? The criminal case is still pending. In anticipation of her extradition and arraignment in Oregon, Karen has been released on bail. She insists she is innocent. While awaiting the conclusion of the criminal procedures, the civil claim has been put on hold. The consequences have been enormous. It damages the Roloff brand. There are severe concerns about Little People, Big World's future. The family is divided and handles the sorrow and humiliation in private. The remains of Matt Roloff's empire remain. His ideal home was sold for a little portion of its value, hoping to fill the enormous cash void caused by the $500,000 that went missing and the growing litigation bills. As a king overthrown in his own realm, he resides on a modest farm property. This story serves as a sobering reminder that the reality we see on TV is a story that has been modified for our viewing pleasure. In the quiet moments when the lights are out and the cameras are not present, the true drama, the true suffering, and the true betrayals frequently take place off camera. The tale of Matt and Karen is a tragedy of the modern era. It's a tale of trust, greed, and the terrible results of love turned to retaliation. We are forced to question whether any of the legal disputes were genuine or only a show for the cameras or a means to a goal. Representatives for Michael, Karen Chandler, and Matt Roloff have been contacted for comment. We have not heard back as of the time of this recording. Naturally, we will keep an eye on this story and provide you with any updates. This has been a profound Explore the Roloff Ruin. A story that demonstrates that the world of hurt that can be created by those closest to you can sometimes be bigger than the world on the farm. Please share any information you may have about this article in the comments section below. Additional updates. LPB shocker. With a brand new project, Matt Roloff is back in the spotlight, but his personal life has taken a tragic turn. Fans are allegedly shocked to learn that his longtime partner, Karen Chandler, had broken up with him. Meanwhile, there are speculations circulating regarding Roloff Farms, ultimately selling for $2.9 million. Matt finally spoke about the traumatic breakup and acknowledged how much it affected him. However, in a shocking turn of events, he was recently spotted getting back in touch with Amy Roloff, his ex-wife. There has been conjecture about their reunion. Could this be a new beginning for the ex-couple, or just two old pals seeking solace in familiar surroundings following a difficult time? I'll tell you all about it. After his split from Karen Chandler, Little People, Big World star Matt Roloff is busy with a new project. What else is Matt doing these days besides keeping his many followers informed about his locations and activities? Fans of Little People, Big World have been anxiously expecting any new information from Matt Roloff since the shocking end of his relationship with Karen Chandler. Even while breakups are never easy, Matt's current one is especially difficult. Matt and Karen were closely connected in each other's lives long before they ever thought about dating. Since the split, Matt is very preoccupied with his business. Right now, he is putting forth a lot of effort to prepare Roloff Farms for the upcoming pumpkin season and beyond. Matt Roloff has been totally engrossed in his career since Karen Chandler left him. He recently gave his large social media following an update on all of his life's events. It has been revealed that Matt is working on a forthcoming feature. Matt Roloff shared a picture of himself filming this new project on social media and also provided his fans with instructions on how to anticipate. In addition to giving you a brief update on local events, I wanted to show you 3 fantastic new additions to the pumpkin season. I am eager to present all of these videos to you. Keep an eye out. Little people, Big World fans continue to beg for more episodes of the TLC series. Even though there are alternative means to keep up with the Roloff family, most viewers would agree that the show is still not the same as it was before it was cancelled, despite the fact that many felt it had peaked when it was discontinued. Receiving a brand new season of shows. Commentators were quite outspoken about their enthusiasm for Matt Roloff and his new venture, and some Little People Big World supporters are ecstatic about it. Matt, I'm eager to see what you're up to. Recently, one user said, I look forward to your posts. You are a positive energy ball, full of life, and have a wonderful attitude to life, Matt. Another commented, they should bring the program back. It was great. A third party added their voice. Do you think you can support Matt Roloff's most recent upgrade? After the Little People, Big World Roloff Farms deal fell through, Zach and Jeremy were meant to inherit a piece of the family property. Leave a comment asking, did Roloff Farm finally sell for $2.9 million? One of the many radical reforms that Matt Roloff tried to implement was selling the farm to a non-Roloff family member. Has the sale of the well-known Oregon landmark been completed? During the run of Little People, Big World, TLC profited from the chaos that resulted from the unsuccessful purchase of the Roloff farm for several seasons. The show's viewers saw how Zach Roloff took it personally and uprooted his family when Matt refused to sell his sons a portion of the farm. After the deal with his sons fell through, Matt Roloff decided to sell some of Roloff Farms. For anyone who wants to remain in the home where Matt and Amy brought up their kids. He even put it up for short-term rentals on the official website of the show. Matt Roloff put a piece of Roloff Farms up for sale 3 years ago. Given how long Little People Big World has been for sale, fans are naturally interested in learning if Matt has found a buyer after turning down his sons. Recent speculations claim that Matt has been totally focused on his career, including preparing for pumpkin carving, following his abrupt split from Karen Chandler. Season. In 2022, a $4 million interest in Roloff Farms was first listed. Matt lowered his asking price to $3.4 million after not receiving any offers at that sum. He lowered the asking price to $2.9 million in April 2025 after not receiving an offer. Matt Roloff placed 16 acres of Roloff Farms for sale, but even at the reduced price of $2.9 million, the property has yet to be sold. Even Matt's online fans are aware that he has been forthright about his difficulties selling the property. In response to inquiries regarding the massive home, Matt said that it is still for sale and that people frequently approach him about it. Some interesting folks are observing it. Therefore, it is evident that the use case will determine how they plan to use the farm. We're not necessarily looking forward to having a hog farm as a neighbor for these buyers. There are a lot of other potential applications, Matt added. It's still being rented out on a short-term basis. Through Araban. It's pretty much non-stop with the occasional pause. Matt Roloff speaks out about his sad breakup after everything that happened. Matt Roloff only recently addressed the split, leaving many fans of the Roloff family shocked. What was his argument? Matt Roloff recently told his Little People Big World fans that he and Karen Chandler had decided to split up, despite the fact that Karen has never been. A wedding in Hawaii was originally scheduled for 2024, but that had to wait because Matt had a lot on his plate with taking care of his mom. Fans of the former Little People Big World show watched Matt pop the question to Karen, who proudly displayed the ring in front of Matt's ex-girlfriend, Amy Roloff, and many were shocked when Matt announced the breakup because they thought the couple would be together forever. Matt Roloff claimed at the time that he and Karen were splitting up, that they were friendly. There are rumors that Karen didn't want to deal with the matter and that it wasn't as friendly as Matt made it seem. According to a source from Lil People, Big World, Matt Roloff recently discussed his breakup with Karen Chandler in a social media interview. Matt told his followers that the breakup was heartbreaking and that there had been numerous adjustments. When things don't work out this way, it leaves a huge hole in your life when you combine lives for Matt Roloff went on to say that he is going to keep going forward, which he is doing in a lot of ways, including preparing for fall harvest time. Jacob Roloff even mentioned that there would be a market with different vendors that guests could browse. So this is a big selling point for Roloff Farms. Matt seems to be immersing himself in his work as a way to keep himself busy and divert his attention from his personal tragedy. The Little People, Big World fandom was everywhere. I really admire Chris. He's the nicest guy and I hope Amy is still with him. Whenever life gives you lemons, turn them into pumpkins, said a second fan, in response to Matt Roloff's recent confessions about his breakup with Karen Chandler and his intentions to move forward with pumpkin season. Many fans took to social media to share their thoughts and feelings, with many offering words of encouragement to bereaved Matt. Wow, said one. I wanted to send my best wishes to you two first thing on Monday morning after that shocking news. Little People. Big World star Matt Roloff has been dealing with the fallout from his breakup with Karen Chandler, and as a result, his life has been somewhat dramatic as of late. However, based on his most recent posts, Matt is back with his ex-girlfriend Amy Roloff. According to Matt Roloff, what do you think about this reunion? Matt Roloff recently told his Little People, Big World fans, that he reunited with Amy after she dumped him. One interesting aspect of this case is that when Matt shared the news on social media, he made it seem like the breakup was amicable. Little People, Big World insiders, on the other hand, claimed that Karen had finally had enough and ended the show. He and Karen Chandler, whom he had known for a long time and been romantically involved with for even longer, had broken up. Some TLC viewers still harbor resentment toward Karen, but many admirers eventually warmed up to her. A Hawaiian wedding for this as well, as viewers of Little People, Big World are aware. Some fans even speculated that there would be a TLC wedding special, but these recent developments clearly show that is no longer the case. In the midst of all the drama surrounding his breakup with Karen Chandler, Matt Roloff recently made amends with his ex-girlfriend Amy Roloff. Matt attended a significant San Diego event to show his support for his grandchildren, and Chris Merrick and Amy were present. It was a fun mini. Regardless of opinions about Amy and Matt captioned the photo he shared with Amy, Chris, and Lila at the San Diego Dwarf Athletic Activities last July, saying, Amy, Chris, and I celebrating Lila's big sporting win. Matt's update has undoubtedly been a huge hit with Little People, Big World fans. Many viewers of Little People Big World admire the Roloff children for being there for their grandchildren whenever it's needed. One reviewer said, "Nice to see you all in one place," adding, after all the breakup turmoil he's been through and the show's absence from television, viewers get a glimpse of some of the family members reunited. The experience will stay with Lila forever. A second commenter said, "It's great that you are all helping each other." Another person wrote, "Very good. I'm glad the vacation woman is gone."